Hello and good morning. Today we will continue to discuss chapter 2 titled as The End of Bipolarity from your NCERT textbook class 12 Political Science Contemporary World Politics. Today let us discuss the last part of our chapter, that is India and post-communist country. India has maintained good relations with all the post-communist countries, but the strongest relations are still those between Russia and India. India's relations with Russia are an important aspect of India's foreign policy. Indo-Russian relations are embedded in a history of trust and common interests and are matched by popular perceptions. Indian heroes from Raj Kapoor to Amitabh Bachchan are household names in Russia and many post-Soviet countries. One can hear Hindi film songs all over the regions, and India is part of the popular memory. Interestingly, 7 years after the Soviet Union collapse, the Uzbeks' passion for Indian films, Uzbekistan, within months of release of the latest film in India, pirate copies were already on sold in capital market in Tashkent. One of the shopkeeper, Muhammad Sharif Pat, say selling Indian films near one of the Tashkent biggest market. There are many people who love Indian film, and at least 70% of the people in Tashkent buy them Indian films. And that is, we share about 100 videos as a day. That is said by the shopkeepers. Russia and India share a visions of multipolar world order. India was non-aligned country during the Cold War. After the end of the Cold War and fall of communism, India has maintained a good relation with all the post-communist countries, particularly to Russia. What they mean by multipolar war with Russia and India? Multipolar wars is order is the coexistence of several powers in the international system, collective security, in which an attack on any country is regarded as a threat to all the countries and require a collective response. Greater regionalism, negotiated settlement of international conflict, an independent foreign policy for all countries, and decision making through bodies like the United Nations that should be strengthened, democratized, and empowered. More than 80 bilateral agreements have been signed between India and Russia as a part of Indo-Russian Strategic Agreement of 2001. The relationship with Russia is an important aspect of India's foreign policy as well. India stands to benefit from its relationship with Russia on issues like Kashmir, energy supplies, sharing information on international terrorism, access to Central Asia, and balancing its relation with China. And during the Cold War era also, India and the USSR enjoy a special relationship, which led to critics say that India was a part of the Soviet camp. It was a multi-dimensional relationship based on economic, political, military, and culture. The Soviet Union assisted India public sector companies at a time when such assistance was difficult to get. It gave aid and technical assistance for steel plant like Bhilai, Bokaro, Visakhapatnam, and machinery plant like Bharat Heavy Electrical Limited, etc. The Soviet Union accepted Indian currency for trade when India was short of foreign exchange. In political aspect, the Soviet Union supported India's position on the Kashmir issue in the United Nations. It also supported India during its major conflict, especially during the war with Pakistan in 1971. India also supported Soviet's foreign policy in some crucial but indirect way. In military terms, India received most of its military hardware from the Soviet Union at a time when few other countries were willing to part with military technologies. The Soviet Union entered into various agreements allowing India to jointly produce military equipment. Then on the culture relationship, in Hindi film and Indian cultures were popular in Soviet Union. A large number of Indian writers and artists visited the USSR. So a kind of international system where many power coexist peacefully. India looked for support from Russia on important and strategic issues like Kashmir issue, combating international terrorism, energy security, information sharing, technological development, trade, import and export. India is the second largest arms market for Russia. Indian military import most of its equipment and hardware from Russia. The Soviet Union assisted India in establishment of many public sector enterprises. It provided economic aid and technical assistance for steel plants as in Bhilai, Bokaro and Visakhapatnam. And India has been having close relation with the post-Soviet countries during the Cold War era. India also enjoys special relation with Russia, and this relationship has remained multi-dimensional since then. So the Indian military get most of its hardware from Russia. Since India is an oil importing nation, Russia is important to India and has repeatedly come to the assistance of India during its oil crisis. India is seeking to increase its energy import from Russia and the Republic of Kazakhstan and Turkmenistan. Cooperation with this republic include partnership and investment in oil fields. Russia is important for India nuclear energy plants and assisted India's space industry by giving, for example, the cryonic rocket when India needed it. Russia and India have collaborated on various scientific projects. So that is the end of our discussion for these chapters. So have a good day.